Hey, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with
Michael Anthony Fitness.
And as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this doesn't work. It really just doesn't. There was something interesting that happened yesterday. Shaquille O'Neal is getting, along with Drew Bledsoe, is getting put into the New England Sports Hall of Fame or something right there like that. And Shaquille claims to be a Dallas Cowboy fan. Did you know that?
Who?
Shaq.
Oh, yeah.
But he didn't know that Drew Bledsoe was once a Dallas Cowboy quarterback.
I didn't know that either.
Well, he was. He was. That's who Tony Romo took the job from. See, Bill Parcells brought him. See, Bill Parcells, who was the Giants head coach and then worked with New England, ended up taking Drew Bledsoe because he always liked Drew Bledsoe. So Drew Bledsoe was with the Cowboys, and Tony Romo was underneath of him. And so if you're a real Cowboy fan, at least older than Michael, then you probably should know that. And I think Shaquille, if he was really a Dallas Cowboy follower, would know that. But that actually brings me to a point, you know, because Michael, you're what, 28?
Yeah.
The last time the Cowboys won the Super Bowl, you really didn't know that much about football and really weren't watching football. You know, Troy Aikman and the triplets and that defense.
That's the only ones I know from the team, triplets.
Basically right, because it was so long ago. But there's so many of you out there who hate Dak Prescott and think he's the worst in the world. Okay, and you know, talking to you guys, you have it set in your head that it doesn't matter what we say, it'll never change. And people will say, you are just blinded by Dak Prescott. You know, he is a bum, a stiff. He's a nobody. Cooper Rush will be starting by the end of the year. Some of the comments that I see on there.
Cooper Rush might not even have a job. With Mike White.
Oh, or Mike White will be starting. You know, so everybody, you know, and I'm just like, God, you guys have a memory like Shaq. Because you guys don't seem to understand what this team went through since Troy Aikman. Do you guys realize some of the stiffs, the bums, the nobodies, the never were going to be's that came through Dallas? Seriously, quarterback is the hardest position in the NFL. I'm going to run off some names off the top of my head here of some guys that were here. You know, since Shaq didn't remember Drew Bledsoe, I don't know if you guys remember when Wade Wilson was actually a quarterback here before he became quarterback coach. Yeah, he didn't do much here. You had guys like Bernie Kosar finished off his career here. Randall Cunningham. You know Randall Cunningham? Randall was great when he was in Philadelphia and Minnesota, but when he got here, it was not so much. But those are the name kind of guys, like Brad Johnson, who won a Super Bowl with Tampa Bay after the Redskins were dumb enough to let him go. But then we had guys like Drew Henson, Chad Hutchinson. We even tried the biggest bust in the NFL, Ryan Leaf. You know who Ryan Leaf is?
I don't know who most
Ryan Leaf. Ryan Leaf was in the same draft as Peyton Manning. They said that, you know, they were 1 and 1A. They said that Peyton Manning was the more polished quarterback right now. But they said Ryan Leaf had the bigger arm and was, the bigger potential.
The top, no, top 10 bust. That's where I see.
Yeah, he's the number one top. Yeah, exactly.
Top 10
okay,
bust.
We had that guy here. Now, see, you want to know what sucks as a quarterback? Ryan Leaf. Okay, Ryan Leaf was so stupid that he was supposedly injured and couldn't play, but yet that weekend he was out playing flag football. Yeah. We had guys like that. We had Drew Henson. We had Stephen McGee. Anthony Wright. Does that ring a bell? Tony Banks. Quincy Carter. Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett played a few games.
Well, of course he did. He won some Super Bowls with sitting on the bench. Sitting on the bench.
Yeah. So even during the Tony Romo era, of course, we had John Kitna. Trying to think, who else did we have? Brandon Weeden. Can't stay off the weed. Matt Castle.
Moore.
Yeah, Moore. Moore, who everybody said, yeah, was better than Tony Romo. So, when you start saying get rid of that bum, in the past 25 years, the only quarterbacks that you've had that have done anything are Tony Romo and Dak Prescott. None of those other guys busted a grape. Is Dak Prescott the best quarterback in the NFL right now? No. But, buddy, he sure isn't the worst. And what drives me crazy is when people talk about, this is put up or shut up year for Dak Prescott. This is it. How come guys like Sam Bradford, who got paid big time bucks, who had terrible seasons, hell, can't even make it through a season, how come we don't hear that this is it for those guys? Or Joe Flacco, who's had down years after down years after down years. I know he won a Super Bowl and stuff, but it wasn't because of him, it was because of the defense. Ray Lewis. How is it that nobody else gets an ultimatum other than Dak Prescott in the NFL? A guy who has yet to have a losing season. A guy who has more touchdown passes than interceptions by far. Do you know, I'm just kind of, I'm just going through this list. And if any of these guys that I just reeled off, you think are better than Dak, but by all means, let me know. Because I'm curious to see on that one, because quarterbacks are few and far between.
Right.
And to just say, we're going to throw this one away and not give him an opportunity, that's just the dumbest thing I've heard. And I am just sick and tired of that stupid ass stuff. Yes. Quarterbacks will have good years and bad years. Some will have worse years. Even Joe Montana. Even Troy Aikman. But as always, friends, they tell me don't quit your day job. So we're on our way to work. I'm Mark Holmes, and this is
Mike Lantley Fitness.
And I'm hoping you'll see a Super Bowl soon with the Cowboys in it that he'll remember. See you later.